I know that there are a multitude of procedures that you have videos on. I'm going to show one of these videos in a second. And this is a video of a cardiac teratoma.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that is and kind of
Sure.
walk us through what we're about to see?
Yeah, a teratoma is a tumor of the heart. I mean, a cardiac teratoma. A teratoma can be anywhere. And we see these often on ultrasound. We can see changes in babies' hearts. We can see changes in babies' spine. Ultrasound is an amazing tool. It's an amazing technology. And when it comes to a cardiac teratoma, we can see the tumor. There was a case at the Cleveland Clinic, and they noticed this tumor called a teratoma in the baby's heart. And they were following it first, 20 weeks, 21 weeks, 22 weeks. Then they got to be about 24, 25 weeks, and they realized the tumor was starting to grow more quickly. I mean, a baby's heart at 27 weeks gestation, I'm going to hold up my thumb. The end of my thumb right there, that's about the size of a baby's heart. This tumor was about the size of my thumbnail. The tumor itself was growing so quickly that they estimated that baby was going to die in another week or two. So they discussed this with the parents, and they said, look, right now we are at 27 weeks gestation, but we're concerned that this tumor is now growing so quickly that it's going to grow and the baby will die because of this tumor in the heart. Two options. We can deliver the baby and then do open heart surgery, but then we have a baby that is only a little bit over a pound, maybe a pound and a half, that is trying to breathe air on the outside, that just had a major open heart surgery. And I said, there are going to be challenges. The other option we can do, and we really think we have the technology, we have the team, we'd like to do open heart surgery on your baby while your baby is still on the inside. And that's what the parents chose. So the Cleveland Clinic, they went into the OR. And when it comes to fetal surgery, 2 patients go into the OR. They had 36 doctors, nurses, techs, assistants that were engaged in this. So the mom received anesthesia. Mom actually had an epidural. She's wide awake, but she's comfortable. The OB made an incision right in the baby's skin. In the mom's skin, right there on her belly. Made the incision, carried that incision down to the fascia, got down to the uterus, and then they made an incision in the uterus itself. Now they have access to the baby, where they can actually get access to the baby's chest. So they brought out the baby's right hand, brought out the baby's left hand, and then the pediatric second separate anesthesiologist started an IV in the baby's hand. The baby was receiving fluids, was receiving pain medicine, fentanyl, and was receiving a paralytic called Norcuron. Once the baby was comfortable and not able to move, then the pediatric cardiothoracic team came in. They made an incision in the baby's chest. They opened up the baby's chest. They removed the tumor from the baby's heart. And once they did, the heart said, thank you very much. And the heart started to pump and function and contract normally. They then closed the baby's chest. They removed the IV. They tucked the hands back into the womb. They closed the womb. They closed the fascia, closed the skin. The baby was doing great at 27 weeks gestation. The baby healed, recovered while the baby was still on the inside. That baby didn't deliver until 37 weeks gestation. So we can show that animation, and it will just prove that this is a separate patient, a separate person that not only had surgery done, but had its own second anesthesiologist.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and show that now.
A 3-centimeter heart tumor or cardiac teratoma was diagnosed on the baby at 26 weeks gestation. It was growing so quickly that it would kill the baby in 1 to 2 weeks. Doctors made the decision that the best intervention was to treat the baby in the womb. The mother had an epidural. The mother was comfortable, and an incision was made in the skin of the mother. A second incision was made in the uterus, and the hands of the baby were then brought out so that a pediatric anesthesiologist could start an IV in the baby's hand so the baby would receive pain medicine and a paralytic. Once the baby was comfortable, the cardiothoracic team made an incision in the baby's chest. The tumor was removed. Almost immediately, the baby's heart started to pump and function normally. The incision in the chest was then closed. The hands were tucked in, the IV removed, the uterus was closed, the skin was closed, at 27 weeks gestation. A healthy baby was delivered 10 weeks later at 37 weeks gestation.